Come on down. Let's get busy. FriYay. Who is here? I am excited to talk to you today. Who's got questions? I've got answers. Da, 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 da. There we go. June's asking me on my page, hi, are you going live today with the show? Yes, I am, June. I'm right on. I'm live right now. Come on in. Hello, Catherine. How are you? Tammy's here. Good to see you. It's FriYay. I've only got one question. I have forgotten all week long to tell everybody that Q&A is today. I have been so focused on full bloom, but that's cool, right? Here we are. Here we are the day before full bloom. Hi, Denise. Come on in. FriYay. There's Vanessa and Carla. Hi, guys. And Gwen's in the house. I love watching you all come in. Hi there, Lisa. Good to see you. Very exciting news. We are all here. We are all here. We're hanging in, hanging out. Bada bing, bada bang. Jenny's in the house. Jenny's here. Catherine said, I'm so thorough, she never has any questions. That's awesome. Hi, Brenda. I don't know how thorough I am, but thank you for that. That makes me feel good. Good to see everyone. Trisha is in the house. So's Margot. Margot, I've got your question right here. And Gisela, you have to watch later. All right, well, at least you said hello. And let's see, who else do we have? Carla. Carla's ready for tomorrow. I guess you're coming. We have a bunch of people coming to our event tomorrow. Are you on that list? You can get on the list really easy. Just go to savingdinner.com/bloom. It's not too late. Gemma, Debbie, Joanne, full bloom happy. It's going to be fun. Hi, June. There she is. My daughter is going to be doing our cooking lesson today at 4 p.m. At 4 p.m. Eastern right here. And this time her husband is home, so he's going to be holding the camera, so it'll be a little bit better quality. She's got this garlic sauce that she makes that's with all of this garlic. It's just amazing. She'll be giving you the recipe today. Hi, Emily. Good to see you. Yeah, I was just thinking about you, Emily, and Jenny, and how we had all had this big plan and everybody driving down here, and now how it's all changed and we're all, inside. Oh my goodness. I'm very skeptical. So for me to respect Leanne's opinion, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Hi, Lisa. Yes. You know what? Yes, I know you're on the West Coast. So our event it's called Full Bloom, and it's about helping women come to their fullest of who they're supposed to be. And we'll see how this whole thing goes. I've also got some hot seats coming up for women, and we're going to do some nutritional hot seats where I can help people out. I'm really excited about this. If you want to get on board, it's super easy. Just go to savingdinner.com/bloom. This is it, the last day for it. I will not be on at all tomorrow. Saturday is going to be completely gone. And the reason is because I'm going to be all about full bloom. So there you go. That's fine. I don't mind. We're okay. Here's the thing. We're doing the best that we can with what we've got. And what we have is technology. Aren't you so thankful? We have technology, and technology is taking the place of our in-person stuff. But I'll tell you right now, I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. I would like to get out. I would like to go see people. I have people that I love and care about and want to hug and be around. But you know what? I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this right now because this is the way it is. And we can only control what we can control, right? Like James Clear says, ultimately, the only way to be in control of your life is to be in control of your thoughts. And that is one thing that I am doing. I'm bringing every thought captive. Every thought captive. This is what helps to keep your sanity and to keep yourself together. You know what? If we get caught up, we lose ground. If we get caught up, if we get sucked into the negativity that's out there, it's gonna take a toll on you. And I'm just not going there. No way, not going there. But I know this is on everyone's mind because I keep getting questions about it. And as a matter of fact, our Q&A is about this particular thing. And what I would like to do, invite you right now, if you have questions, your question, it's super easy to get your questions answered. All you have to do is send an email to support@savingdinner.com. And in the subject line, you put question for Leanne on Friday. And guess what? I will answer that. I will answer it. We have a new quote coming, by the way. And the new quote will be revealed on Sunday. I will reveal it on Sunday. I will not. And again, remember, unless you're in full bloom, you will not see me at all tomorrow. Not at all. And my daughter won't be able to do the cooking lesson either. She's doing it today. So Saving Dinner is dark tomorrow. I'll put a couple of posts out there or whatever. But if you want to come alongside, we're going to be doing it for a day. We start at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning Eastern. So I already apologize to all my West Coast people. I love you dearly, but it's going to be an early morning. And we'll have coffee together and we'll start talking and we'll go through the material. It's going to be a lot like what I do right now. I thought about doing a slide deck and everything for it. And I would if we were together and I had a screen where I could project. But this isn't a webinar. Who could stand that for a whole day? And plus the other thing is I want connection. That's why we're doing this. We want to connect. The technology that we're using is called Crowdcast. And Crowdcast has the ability for you to be able to see everybody that's in there. So we are going to be able to connect. I'll be able to bring you on stage. It's going to be amazing because we'll have questions and answers. We'll have, like I said, we're going to have some hot seats. We've already got 3 applications in for hot seats. I can't do a hot seat for everyone, but I can certainly sit there and do it, and it will be able to have the back and forth. So it's going to be fabulous. Fabulous. And don't worry, I won't share your particular information of what you share on those applications. I just need a background so I can answer you intelligently as we go along. So that's going to be really fun. The whole thing goes from tomorrow from 9 until about 5:30. And you know what? This is the thing that makes it simple. We're going to break for lunch. And we're not, everybody's going to break for lunch and we will come back. We'll just kind of, chill out a little bit. I thought of having everybody grab a sack lunch and sitting there and eat together, but I don't want to watch you all eat. Do you want to watch me eat? That's what it would be. It'd be like watching our jaws going. No, just go have lunch, come back, take a potty break, etc., and then we'll do it. There'll be plenty of breaks. We'll take potty breaks. It's going to be the best that we can do with what we have. And I'm just so looking forward to it because there are so many women who are just so dear to me already. I mean, and I'm so sad that we don't get to meet each other in person, but guess what? We'll be able to do it next year. Or, well, later on, hopefully in the fall. Yeah, that's my thought. So anyway, yes, there will be breaks in between. And, the other thing is too, it is 100% recorded. So if you can only be there for part of it, don't worry about it. Just come for the part that you can be with, and then you can watch the other part of it later. How do you like that? So go and check it out, savingdinner.com/bloom. This is the last day to find out about it. It's too late as of tomorrow. And I want you there. I want to connect with you heart and soul. We need each other. And this is going to be the place where we're going to get to do it on a really intimate basis. And it's not just going to be my head here. I'm going to see all of you. How about that? Yes, you will see each other tomorrow. You will see each other tomorrow. It's going to be like the Brady Bunch. You know how they had the Brady Bunch with all of everybody around? But there's going to be a whole lot more heads. I think that's how it's going to go. Anyway, we'll have help. Don't worry, we'll have help. If Leanne was the tech gal doing it, you'd all be going, I don't think so. Yeah, you want to show up, suit up and show up. Okay. Yeah. Trisha says, if you take an unscheduled potty break, remember to shut off your video. For heaven's sakes. Yes, we've been seeing a lot of those Zoom things. It's pretty funny. Don't forget, Ships Free is still working. If you want some body clutter tea, now's your time to get it. If you throw body clutter tea and any other supplement in your cart, that means that you get to get that whole thing shipped free. As long as it's here in the United States, it's on me. I pay the shipping. So pile it on. I had somebody do that yesterday. We had a massive box going out, but that's fantastic. Yes, Danny is going to be handling all of our tech stuff. Thank the Lord. Jenny will be here too as well. So you'll have, you'll have attention. We'll be able to take care of all of your needs. And, I just think it's going to be fantastic. I am looking forward to it. So like I said, Caroline is also going to be taking care of our cooking lesson today at 4 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune in for her. She's doing a great job. And I'm proud of her for doing that. And I really needed her help too. Mama was getting a little burned out. Let's just say that. So what else do I have to tell you? I told you about the Ships Free. Don't forget the promo window is in the promo window, put Ships Free. And you get that all free. That you have to have that Ships Free in the promo window. And then there also has to be tea in your cart. And then you get to have that. So take advantage of it. Get the supplements that you need. SAME is still there. We have L-glutamine and a few other things are coming in today. So we've got that coming on. And remember, if it's over $100, you get a little mindful mug. You know you want one. And a little note from me. I got a nice little note today from somebody who said that they loved me. Isn't that so sweet? And it wasn't even Mark, even though he does. Yeah, that vodka sauce, doesn't it look good? She's doing a garlic sauce. The garlic sauce is going to be really good. And she uses a mandolin, which is this thing with a razor blade, and zips through and makes the garlic thin. And then she cooks it very briefly with some red chili flakes and sesame seeds and olive oil and everything. You'll see how she does it. And then she saves it and she serves it on everything. And it was so delicious. So I've made the garlic oil because when I was out visiting her in February, I had the opportunity to try it. And I was just like, this is on point. It's really, really good. But you really have to, in order to get that thin of garlic, you really have to have a mandolin. They're really inexpensive. Used to be, once upon a time, they were just very French and they were, crazy expensive and what have you. But now they've gotten really inexpensive. And I bought one, as a matter of fact, a plastic one at Marshall's on a clearance rack one time for $12. And it's fantastic. It works great. So yes, you love that Caroline quoted Gilbert Blythe. Well, listen, Caroline had a quote. When she got married, she had this beautiful quote that she took this huge paper and she wrote, "I don't need marble palaces, this, that, and the other thing. All I need is you." If you remember that from Anne of Green Gables. I read Caroline, the Anne of Green Gables stories when she was growing up. I read all of the books to her. And then when she got older, she read them all herself and became an avid fan and regularly quotes Anne of Green Gables. And if need be, she will turn it on and watch it. So she and she's also a Potterhead. She's massively into Harry Potter still, listens to him and watches all the movies and reads all the books over and over again. I don't know. Harry Potter was good, but it didn't do it for me the way Anne of Green Gables. So, sorry, did you post the recipe for tomorrow? No, there is no recipe for tomorrow. If you're asking about the recipe for tomorrow for full bloom, I changed my mind on it. I'm going to tell you exactly why. I felt like it was piling on to anybody, and we all need to use what we have on hand. And if I gave you a recipe that you didn't have the food that you needed to on hand, that means that I would be sending you to the grocery store. And at this time, we just need to keep things simple. So eat what you want to eat tomorrow at lunchtime. We are going to have a break for like an hour or 45 minutes or something. We'll make a determination, see how everyone's doing. I'm holding this event open with a loose hand. And the reason I'm saying that is because I've never done a virtual event like this before. I mean, I've done plenty of webinars and what have you, you know that. I've never done anything quite like this for a full day from my computer. And I want it to go as a real live in-person event would go, which would mean that we ebb and flow together, and that I read the crowd, and that it's something that more important than even the content is the connection, in my opinion. And I've got some really juicy content for you, believe me, but I also want to make sure that you all feel like when we're done, that you're taken care of, heart, body, and soul. That's how I want you to do. What is this here? It says, have Caroline make a video for us on a mandolin for safe and efficient use. I'll talk to her today about that, because the thing that you need to use with a mandolin, and I've seen people do it without, is make sure that you use the guard. That's all. Just use the guard and you're fine. But if you don't use a guard on a mandolin, and there's plenty of them out there without the guard, and I was taught how to use a French mandolin from in the 80s without the guard, and I almost lost a finger, so no thank you. Hey Yolanda, I'm glad you're here. I can't wait for Full Bloom either. It's going to be so fun. Anyway, Full Bloom is tomorrow. SavingDinner.com/bloom. You've been warned. This is your last opportunity. Make sure that if you want to come, that you're in, because we send out, you're going to get a virtual swag bag. You're going to get all kinds of other goodies. Everything is going to be there. Yes. No. Full Bloom, I'm late today and missed yesterday. Full Bloom is tomorrow. Full Bloom. Lisa is asking. Okay, so let's get to the questions. I've got questions. I've got a question, but it's a good discussion. If you have questions, though, and you'd like me to answer them next Friday, all you have to do is send them to support@savingdinner.com, and in the subject line, question for Leanne on Friday, and I'll get it answered for you. Alrighty. What do I have here? Oh, and you know what else, too? What is it, though? Lisa's saying, what is it? Full Bloom is an event. It is going to be about living your legacy now. It's about your mindset, your heart set, where you want to see yourself in the next 10 years, what you want for your life, the mission that you want to lead, the intentional life you want to live, and being your very best self. It's about everything. It's about you, and it's about connection and community. It's about our relationships. It's about everything that you can possibly think about. We're going to talk about all of it. How does this world affect you? And how can you be the very best version of yourself so that you can affect the world? That's what it's about. And it's not so much about leaving a legacy as it is living a legacy, because I believe we all have legacies to live right now. Yeah, Lisa, it is going to be wonderful, and I'd love you to come. So check it out at savingdinner.com/bloom. That's the last you're going to be hearing about it today. Okay, so let's go ahead and get with the question here. We have one question from Margot, and this is fantastic. I take a couple of tablespoons of elderberry every morning, and I recently heard and read something about stopping. That elderberry activates certain immune cells when you don't necessarily want to activate during this COVID time. What are your thoughts on that? Thank you. P.S. Your session number 16, exercise and movement, was inspiring. This is from, I don't know which one that was, Take Back Your Life or Hot Milk Club. But yes, I enjoyed that one a lot because there's so much there. Okay, so let's talk about this whole thing. And what she's talking about is a cytokine storm that everybody is talking about that could happen if you're taking elderberry. And there's a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of medical professionals and people that I respect that have polar opposite opinions on this whole thing. Which brings me, on my personal page, I have a friend of mine, Jill Carnahan, who is a doctor. She's a physician in Boulder, And a good friend of mine, and we used to, when I lived in Boulder, we used to get together all the time, and I have great respect for her. She's an integrative doc and knows her stuff. And she did a very interesting blog post that I shared on my personal page. I should probably share it here too. That is all about what we know, what we're theorizing about COVID-19. Here's the thing that you need to understand. COVID-19 is a virus that we don't know a lot about. What we do know is that it's mutated 7 or 8 times now. What we do know is that it originally came from Wuhan, China. And what we do know is that it presents differently to everybody. There's so much we don't know about it, and it's constantly evolving. And there's a lot of guessing. The one thing that we do know is this, though. It is highly contagious. It lives on surfaces. It lives in the air. It is transmuted every way you can think about it. I read that this was the last day that I stayed at the gym. It lives on stainless steel for 5 to 6 days. And even though I went to the gym and I was very, very cautious, and I disinfected everything that I worked out on before I even worked out on it and after, and I went at times where there were very little people, it got me to the place where I was just like, man, I don't even know. It got me kind of freaked out. So there's a lot we don't know about. The symptoms have changed in the last few weeks. They've started saying if you lose your sense of taste or your sense of smell, it could have that could be an indication that you have this virus. And as a matter of fact, a friend of mine who survived this very well and is all better now, that was her first symptom. And at the time when she was diagnosed in mid-March, she had already been sick for like 10 days, and her husband had gotten it from someplace. Her husband is a priest in the Episcopal Church, and he got it from his bishop, and it was from going abroad somewhere. He brought it home. She got it. Their 93-year-old mother did not get it, which is interesting. Grandchildren and children did not get it, but they were all together in the same house. Isn't that interesting? But highly, highly contagious. However, there are things about it we just don't know. Why would a 93-year-old woman not get it, whereas his wife did? I mean, sleeping in the same bed and stuff, you're going to be a little bit more contagious, right? So anyway, that's the whole thing about the virus. We don't know a lot about it. Now, elderberry, there has been one study. You can read about it in PubMed, and as a matter of fact, it was this particular brand, which I happen to have. I'm sorry, it's backwards. But Sambucol black elderberry gummies with C and zinc in it is what they did. It's the one study that they have on elderberry. And what they've shown is that it can cause a cytokine storm if you continue to take it after symptoms start to appear. So the question then is, does it help to prevent? Is it something that could be used as an immune, as part of your immunity, supplements, or is it something that should be avoided? Good question. So here's the thing. There is a guy that I don't know personally, but I have a huge admiration for, and I think he's really good. And his name is Chris Masterjohn, and you can find his website, Chris Masterjohn PhD, and it's exactly as you would think it's spelt, exactly. ChrisMasterjohnPhD.com is his website. And he's got a new article out called Could Elderberry Cause a Cytokine Storm in COVID-19? And his answer to that, extremely unlikely. Now, that said, last week, a physician, a friend of mine who I have great respect for and who completely changed my whole view on nutrition, who is Terry Walls, MD. You've heard me talk about Terry. Terry and I are dear friends, and as a matter of fact, we have stayed in each other's homes and we've done things together. I've done some recipes for her and so on and so forth. I have huge respect for Terry because she has, in a year's time overcome a lot of the symptoms that she had with secondary relapsing MS and went from a tilt recline wheelchair, meaning she couldn't sit up by herself, to doing a 17-mile bike race a year later. You can see why I listened to her about nutrition. And she, like I said, she changed my whole view on nutrition and really, this is why I do the programs that I do, is because of Terry. But Terry says to avoid elderberry at all costs right now because, well, partly because they don't know. So we have this PhD, Chris Masterjohn in nutrition, saying it's extremely unlikely. And then we have another doctor saying avoid it. And there's even other doctors saying maybe not. So the way I look at it is this. The name of the doctor in Boulder is Jill Carnahan, Carnahan, I think, Carnahan, just however that sounds. If you ever come back to ICUV, I don't know what that means, Jane. Anyway, the whole point of it is I'm going to just tell you what I do. I take these every morning with my other supplements. I have no symptoms whatsoever. Zinc is showing, one of the reasons that they said that the sense of smell thing, my girlfriend had that. No sense of smell, no taste. She's now starting to get it back, a month later. But that wasn't a symptom when she was first tested, but it's a symptom now. And one of the things that they're looking at, and Jill Carnahan is saying in her article, which she's talking about, and how COVID-19 is just so much different and how maybe respirators aren't right. And there's a bunch of that going around. And in my wellness circles, I've been reading a lot of stuff about this because, understanding this whole thing is just an amazing thing because it's just changing all the time. It's because they're doing more and more research and they're finding more and more things that work, including, everybody's talking about the Plaquenil and everything, the malaria drug that was, no, yes, no, yes, no. And the reason why is because of this, it works because of some of the symptomology and what it does to the red blood cells. There's a whole theory that there's, well, you know what? I will just tell you, I'm going to direct you to go read the post itself because I don't want to misrepresent it. And as a matter of fact, if you look right here in the chat, Jenny just put that post in the chat. So it's linked up there if you want to take a read. And there's Jill Carnahan's thing. Anyway, I love Jill. I think Jill is a brilliant mind. I think Terry Walls is a brilliant mind. And I think Chris Masterjohn is a brilliant mind. And you've got three different, sets of ideas there. When you read Jill's, of course, she's not talking about elderberry at all, but she's talking about different theories that they have on treating this particular virus. So the last thing that I'm going to say to you is that I think there's a few supplements that I think are important. I think vitamin C right now is absolutely crazy important. I think zinc is crazy important. Zinc helps with your immune response, and it also helps to, quell a cytokine storm. A cytokine storm happens when you get sick, but you don't want it to go berserko, right? You don't want a cytokine storm. You want your immune system alert and doing its thing and taking care of the virus and taking the virus out of your body. That's why when we have viruses, we have fevers. It's an inflammatory reaction. That's why, my suggestion is that you allow the fever to do what the fever is supposed to do. When you take the fever down with Advil or aspirin or Tylenol or whatever it is that you take, the fever is now no longer doing the work that it's supposed to do, basically burning out the virus. And I'm not talking about COVID-19 here. I'm just talking about any virus in general. When my children were ill, what I used to do when they were little is during the day, I let them have their fevers. I let them go through their fevers. At night, it would, spike somewhat. And so I'd give them a little bit of children's Tylenol or whatever, so that they could sleep, because sleep is just as important as allowing the inflammatory reaction to happen. This is just mother talk here. I'm not giving you doctor's advice. This is just how I did it with my children when they were growing up. How you do it and how you understand it to work is between you and your doctor. And you need to, if you suspect that you have COVID-19, of course, by any stretch, and you have symptoms, you need to go get tested. If you have COVID-19 and you've been taking elderberry, my suggestion is to stop. Simply because the information that we have on it, and what little we do know about it, it's important to, back away from something that could possibly cause a cytokine storm, because you don't want that. That's when you start to get into the danger zone. So Dr. Wheel also, what else did he had something to say, and he said, what is it that he said? He said elderberry contains compounds that decrease the ability of viruses to infect the cells, and it's safe, and it can directly impact a cold or influenza B. So that's for that particular thing. COVID-19 is a completely different virus. The common cold is a COVID virus, but COVID-19 is its own special calamity. Let's just say it. But it is also a COVID virus that is a very dangerous one that we want to stay clear of. It's recommended to stop elderberry at the first signs of infection: fever, cough, sore throat, the inability to taste or smell. And especially if you test positive, you just want to back away from. That's from Dr. Wheel. So there's lots of different things out there, and there's so many people out there with different opinions. In my opinion, it is do everything that you can in your power to build your immunity. And part of that is building up your gut. Your immune system, 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. Are you drinking bone broth? You should be drinking bone broth, because not only that, it's got minerals in it. It also helps to heal your gut. A leaky gut is not helpful for your immune system, and it puts your immune system a little bit, on edge. So we don't want that. L-glutamine. We have L-glutamine. If you've got L-glutamine at home, use it. I've got it sitting here. It's also helpful if you've got it in a jar. Put it on in a little dish. It helps with cravings. So if you are having sugar or carb cravings, use that. The other thing is to just really watch it on the sugar intake. Sugar intake stuns your immune system and causes it to freeze, essentially, for like 20 minutes until after you've eaten it. And I don't know about you, but for me, I need my immune system. I need it running 24/7. This virus isn't going to say, oh, well, we'll just wait for you to digest that cupcake and then we'll come back to you. That virus will take advantage of you. And that's when your immune system goes down. Inflammation goes up. So having green every single day in your diet is one of the ways that we feed the mitochondria of the cell. When the mitochondria, which is the energy center of the cell, is healthy, then the rest of your body in turn is healthy. We always start at the cellular level. That's so hard to say fast. And it works its way out. That's how it works in our bodies, because your body is always taking care of the systems inside, and then the vanity stuff like nice skin and the energy levels and all of that all comes later. We got to take care of the systems first. So keep that in mind. All right, that's it. That's all I've got for you today. It was a quick day, and I've got to get back to my stuff. Don't forget, Caroline's going to be on at 4 p.m. And here's another thing. If you want to participate, Marla and I are doing this together. We are staying in cook-off. And all that means is share your recipe, a picture, share the recipe that you've write it out for us, and you can post it right here in our Facebook. And we'll just, anybody who does that, we're going to be looking at all the different categories. Marla and I are going to get together, look at the different ones and say, hey, There you go. You are the queen. You are going to wear the chef's cloak, chef's hat for the day. It's just fun. We just need something to do, right? We just need a little extra to do. And I know you've been cooking your fannies off. So share your pictures, share your recipes, and share them right here. You can enter them right here. I will see them. The winner will be announced next week. We'll keep doing it until it's done. All right. I will see you all on Monday. I'm going to take Sunday off too. So we will be off. We will be dark this week unless you're a part of Bloom. In that case, I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. sharp. You've got the link. If you need any help with getting your links or whatever, send an email to support@savingdinner.com so that you have that information. I want to make sure that you're all taken care of. All right? We love you guys. You're just the best. And oh, by the way, thank you too to all of you supporters of Saving Dinner. You guys are just absolutely the best. We have Dinner Answers. You know Dinner Answers, of course, and that we've been helping people with menus, recipes, and shopping lists. And that is something that it's been $10 a month forever. We lowered the price to $7 a month so you can help support Saving Dinner in this time when we really need your support. So if you'd like to find out about that, go to savingdinner.com and just look on the front page. It's all there. You can find out all about our Dinner Answers program, because I'm telling you what, you're making dinner at home. I'll show you how to do it in a way that will support your family, give you the recipes, the menus, the shopping list, everything that you need so that you're completely 100% supported when you make your dinners. I know, it's a lot of work, isn't it? And we want to support you, and thank you for supporting us back. And by the way, you will be grandfathered into that rate forever. Love you back, Jane. Love you, girls. And I really appreciate all of you. I think you're the best. I will see you tomorrow at Bloom. Don't forget, if you've got a question or you need a link or you're missing something, make sure you get that email in, okay? Get that email in to support@savingdinner.com so we can get those links to you. I can't wait for tomorrow. I'll see you at Full Bloom. Peace.